learn about enumeration, structure, and classes. So, first, what are the enumeration? Enumeration is the umbrella of same type of value. Like you can read the definition. An enumeration defines a common type of group or related value, enables you to work with these value in type safe with your code. So, how it works? Firstly, how to create an enum. So, open the playground code. Code. First, getting in like we need to create an enum of days. So, first we create first use enum keyword, the name, anything, days, then basis. So, like we know, there are 7 days in a week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we have seven value. We with a group of same type of value. So we have group of same type of value. Here the same type of values are days. So we written as case day Sunday sun case month case two case where case first case five case set. So like we have same 7 cases. So firstly about syntax we have enum keyword, we have name of the enum, then we have case keyword, then we have case. So you can, if you have so many case, you can also write with comma separated. Like you can write here, comma separated, Monday. You can write different cases and different row too. Both are the same. So how to use it? So now we have create an enum variable where today. So what is the today? So we know today is a Wednesday. So we write it like a day dot. So now you can see its value can be within the case only. So today is a Thursday. You can write it just like this. Now printing it print today. So when you print it, it will be Thursday. So like in this condition, you introduce enumeration with the enum keyword and place there the entire definition within a pair of braces. Here is an example of main point of compass. So compass point have 4 value: north, south, east, west. So the compass point is there. Now we have enum of planets. So planets have 9 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. You can create a variable for direction west, east. One more thing, you can use this like for tomorrow. Like you need to create a variable for tomorrow. You can define the type days. Just you can use dot Friday. Now print it. It's Friday. In this, yeah, use with switch is really easy because switch has a cases, so you can uh, use the cases of value and write it like for our enum, like we need to want what is the day today and print it this is today, so we can use switch value today. We check now case, so we have sun print. Now we're printing the day. So today it's Sunday. We don't need default because we know we have only 7 values, so we write all the 7 values here. Like you can see, it's also written of some morning if we use something wrong. You get it will give error Monday. Choose today. Wednesday. Friday. Friday. Now we just remain the case is a Saturday. Open it. So this will it help always. Like we miss the case, it will give an error in case of enum, and we use this. That's the benefit of creating an enum. Now we run this. Like it's called today Thursday because today is Thursday. Now if we make the enum days to weekdays, so we rename it like a weekdays because now we have week 6 day of week, so we did not have Sunday as a weekday. So if we remove it, now we run it. So it's pretty clear Sunday is not present. So this is the another profit of enum. If we change any data, where it will be used, we got some error. But in case of Steam, we did not get anything like this. Now if we have 5 day week, then we can remove one more. If some gave us some error, then we can remove it too. Iterating overrun enum. If we want to iterate all the cases over enum, you can just choose all classes. So how it works? So we just need to run for 10 readers dot all cases. Yeah, you inherit enum from case iterator protocol. Running a for loop and see different all the now associate value. We can associate some value with the enum, like we have barcode. So you can have two type of barcode, UPC and QR code. UPC have four value intent and QR code have its type of string. So it's a QR code and it's a UPC. The four value 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we create a barcode reference, we need to pass these value. So it can be anything. It will create same object of barcode of two types. We can use switch with these value like it's a number system, manufacturer, product and check. It's a product code. Row value. A value a value of a case is called row value. Like in case of days, we want some value with a case. So like we can have an integer. So we just inherit from int. We can provide some value to it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we print variable where today. It's well print the cases. Now we have given the row value. It gives a 3 the row value. If we did not provide, we can provide row value if row value are in sequence. So we can provide row value to only one, then it will be assumed for the two if they are in sequence. So like we provide the value 0 to 1 and will be take 3 for such itself. It can be string. So for string you can provide some string value or you can leave it as it is. You can leave it as it is. So it will take a value from case as a row value. So implicitly assign row value is the basic row value. This is all about enum. Now we have structure and classes. So structure and classes are general purpose flexible constraints that become a building block of a program code. So what is the meaning? Like we have like in the world we have everything is an object like table, chair, school, person, everything is an object. So structure and classes work on this phenomena. So we can make a class which have some property and some functionality like a person. A person has some property like their name, their address, their education qualification, their married status. So these are the property of class. And So, every object have some functionality, like a person can walk, person can run, person can read, person can write. So these are the function of in class or structure. So you can structuring classes in Swift have many things in common. Both can we don't need to. You define property and method, add and functionality to your structure in classes using the same syntax to use or define constant variable and function. Unlike other programming languages, Swift does not require you to create separate interface and implementers file to custom structure and classes. In Swift, you can define a structure and class in a single file. Now we go with the syntax. What are the syntax of structure and classes? So for structure, we need to create struct keyword. We need to use struct keyword and then structure name. For classes, we need to use a class keyword and then class name. It can be a property like for resolution we have property like width or height. Same like class have some properties like video mode and resolution, interlace, frame rate, name. Creating an instance. To create an instance, you can just call. Firstly, we don't want to create constant. You use let. That way you can use var, then variable name, and then the class name, and then these braces will create an instance of class or reference or structure. Access and property. For access and property, you can use the instance and then property name. Member-wise initialization of classes. Member-wise initialization of classes. Structure and enumeration are value types. Structure and enumeration are value types. What is the meaning of value type? Like we have a resolution HD and which have width and height. Now we have created variable cinema. The all property of the cinema will assign HD is assigned to cinema, but it will be create a value difference. So if you change the value of cinema, it only change the value of cinema, not HD, because it's a value type. It will be create two different value for two different objects. You can see like HD have one object and you can assign the value. Now you can create a value. It will create HD and cinema different object. If you change the difference anything in cinema, it will only change in cinema, not in HD. But in case of class is a reference type. So what happens in class? Like you have 1080. So it will create a reference. If you create a copy of 10 of as a also 1080, so it just refer the same variable to the different object. So in this case, it's just uh, if you change anything in also 1080, it will reflect it 1082. So we can write some code here to understand more. So like firstly we create a structure. Creating a structure we have structure name. So like we create a structure like a person, their property where name, property type string, where address, property type string, where age, property type int. Now it has some function called on run. It doesn't run, so it will be running. So we can use a name. It's running. They have some more property and more function too. So initiating the structure, so we can where like we need to initiate Mohan. So Mohan is a person. We provide some default values. The name, his name is Mohan. His address is Delhi, India. His age is 29. Now accessing the variables. So paint Mohan dot address. If we want to write an address of his address. Now calling a function. So we can use just Mohan dot run. Now we run it. You can first see we have created a structure with struct keyword. Here's some property, here's some function. Now we initiating, then we accessing its property and printed it. So it address is printing here. Now we calling the function from instance and it will be call the function. Now we create another person called where Sohan. But we do not initiate again, we just provide the value of Mohan to Sohan. So we just copy the value of Mohan to Sohan. Now same these things if we done with Sohan, we can print an address. So you can see both are same. Why? Because we just copy Mohan in Sohan, the same property are same. So now Sohan name is to Mohan, Sohan address Delhi, India, Sohan age 29, like here. Or same thing will be done here. But now we see this is incorrect, so we need to want the change in these things. So we just change like this. Sohan dot. Firstly, we change his name equal to Sohan. Secondly, we change his age. Like 27. Now, sorry, now his address. So let's we assume like Mohan and Sohan are the brother and their address is same. So they are same address with no changes. So now you can see Delhi, India, the Mohan address, the Mohan is running, Mohan name and is running. Now Delhi, India, Sohan address because the address are same and now Sohan is running because we change the name. If we change the address to can assume it like this, Sohan relocate himself for job or anything. So you can see his address is changed, but Mohan is no never been listed. Now we try same thing with class. So firstly we comment it out. Firstly we have class keyword, okay, same class, we have class name, same like structure name, or same thing class has some variables like name, string, address string, age, int. Same class has some function. Run. Print the same thing the last. So you can see there will be one error here which will not be in this case of structure. What is the initializer? Initializer is used to initiate an object of class. So in structure, structure always have a default initiator or initializer. So in case of person, this is the initializer which by default structure have. In case of class, we need to define it. So like there will be two options. You can make provide some default value. You can provide the value are optional, or you can provide initializer with the keyword init. It's same like function, but function have parameter, function have name, or function return type. But initializer is some different like a function. It has parameters, but it don't have any name. It did not start with function. It started with init, and it did not have any return type. It always return the object of the class. So we take a parameter from user name, string, address, string, age, int. We need to change user defined value with our object value. So self dot. We are using self within a class to use the object of same class. So person to use the person object, we use self within the class. Name equal to the name the value provided by user. Self dot address equal to address provided by user. Self dot age and the age value provided by the user. So what will happen here? We take three parameters from user. We use these value and assign these value the instance of class. Now we create an object where Mohan. So it's a person type. Now we an initializer which will create. We will provide retail in initializer. Mohan. Delhi. India. Internet. Now print message dot sorry address. We print. We call the function of Mohan. Now we run it. You can see here is added Delhi, India, and you can see Mohan is running. Same thing we done with Sohan. We create a copy of Mohan as Sohan. Now we print his address and call his function with Sohan. His address, calling his function. You can see both are same for now, but if we change the some values in Sohan dot address, we change his address to Mumbai. We change his name. That's Sohan. We change his age at 27. You can see the value change. Now again we print the value of Mohan after changing. So you can see if we remove these two things, we have to Mohan and Sohan. We provide the value to Mohan and then we change the value of Sohan. But when we run this, you can see both value change for Mohan and Sohan. This is the reference time which will define here. Like after, if it will assign a one value to both, if we change any one, then it will be reflected on both. But in case of structure, if we check the same thing with the structure, so I just comment class code, we print these things after some change. Now we run it. You can see the value of Sohan is only value of Sohan and value of Mohan is value of Mohan. So these are the structure and classes. So basically we are use structure as a value type and classes are reference type. They have some properties, the the variables within it. They have some function, the function in within it, or you can use these property and function creating an object and using an object. Thank you.